Okay, here we go. Recording. That was second one of Eric and Val. This is our first ever podcast, video, show, whatever.
Yay.
We're gonna make a show out of this. So we've got tons of content planned. But we're gonna get right into it. And so we're starting with Severance, the show on Apple Plus. And me and Val watched this when it was brand new. It was like 2 months ago or so. And right away, we're our spider sense is tingling, and just our minds are exploding, just realizing all the symbolism they're dropping, and it to the degree where it's like all we're watching for. The story is very a very thin veneer over the symbolism. So we're just gonna watch episode 1 and bring up a few things that I've got, like YouTube videos that are relevant. And so we'll switch over to Valerie's computer, put ourselves down here in the corner, and go.
Who are you?
Boom, we already have to stop it.
Yes.
So, who are you? That's like this. I'll bring it up in YouTube.
Big
Switch over
question
to-
used in a lot of different shows.
Let's go straight to.
I do not know.
You ought to tell me
Yeah, he's asking,
You?
who are you?
myself, sir, because I'm not myself, you know.
She's not herself. Okay. Kind of the theme to Severance, right? We're not going to get into that right now.
I do not know.
Well, I can't put it any more clearly, for it isn't clear to me.
You? Who are you?
Okay, I'll stop it there.
There it is again.
Everyone knows the scene if you've seen Alice in Wonderland, and of course, Alice in Wonderland has all the symbolism in the Matrix series. It's all related to what we're talking about. So, of course, that is the opening sentence to Severance. Who are you? And of course, this in Alice in Wonderland it's basically like her first encounter, really. Once she gets, maybe not her first, but it's very early in the movie.
Yeah.
The question of who are you, and she admits she doesn't know. She's changed.
Very confused.
She says, "Yeah, confused, like Helly here we're about to show," and Alice clearly says she's changed so many times. Okay, we'll get into what that is relevant for in a bit.
Yep.
And then also we'll dive right into the visual symbolism here. So I'll go back to Val's computer. And Helly is surrounded by a design in the carpet that is pervasive around Lumen here. They show this same yellow border with the green inside up at the entrance. We'll show that later.
Yep.
But let me switch over to my computer now and bring up should I talk about the yellow submarine?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah. So obviously us talking about this is not you like watching Severance. We're assuming you've seen it, and this is us doing the actual reveal.
Yes, and if you haven't watched it, definitely go and watch it.
Yeah, it's just as
and think about the symbolism that we're talking about.
It's just as full of symbolism as The Matrix and Dark City, 13th Floor, all the movies of that magnitude. What was I bringing up? Oh yeah, I think I've got a YouTube video. No, that's the Alice. That's that. Here we go. No. I've got to search for it. Beatles, Yellow Submarine. And I'll switch over to my computer here. And so, of course, as you've seen Severance, you know that the general theme is that these Audis are somewhat like teleported, transported to another level of reality in a very broad sense. And when I saw the yellow symbolism on the carpet, I thought of this.
In the town where I was born lived a man who sailed to sea, and he told us of his life in the land of submarines.
In the land of submarines. So that's plural, I believe, because I am equating a submarine trip with kind of like Earth, kind of like the simulation theory, where there's the like heavenly version of us, living a totally different life, and then hey, we go to the mall and we see an arcade called Earth 2020. we put in a quarter and sit in the chair, jack in to our brains, and go completely dead to that reality while we port our consciousness into this other world. And so that's why Helly there's, I think, laying on the table. She's just arrived in this other layer of reality, which is in this submarine.
On the sea.
On the sea, yep.
Mhm.
The kind of, the waters of heaven. And just it's like how Genesis explains how we are basically in a bubble. How the firmament was created to separate the waters above from the waters below. And what happens when you separate waters? Well, there's not water between the water. There's something else, air. So we're in this gap, like a submarine. There's water above and below a submarine. And I'm not going to play this whole thing, but I mean, geez, if we did that, that'd be another half an hour of just breaking down the Beatles' Yellow Submarine.
Exactly.
But just know that a submarine is equivalent to, I mean, gosh, actually, there's so much in this. Maybe I'll refer back to it later.
Okay, I was going to say we could also get into maritime law.
There are infinite things.
Yeah, on the sea.
With the sea, and I mean, obviously, we're going to find out more in this video, but yeah. So we'll go back to Val. I mean, this video is going to be kind of all over the place because there's so much to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Like every 30 seconds of Severance, we could talk for multiple hours. It's not an exaggeration.
No, I know. That's what we're starting with one episode.
Yeah, we're trying to start with one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll go back to Val. Laptop. There you go.
So her complete confusion.
Oh.
Okay, pause it. I can bring up the other thing now here. The Fortnite chapter intro. Where is it? Is it this one? No. Might be this. I've got a little clip here I want to bring up. Yeah, it is this. Of Fortnite. Yeah. And so obviously this is the extremely popular video game in which you are dropped into a world for every round of the game, and everything's kind of reset. So even if you reflect upon the different views now, we've got this girl who is laying on the brown dirt, the dirt, right? Right there. Yep. And then switch back over to this Fortnite Chapter 3 season opening.
They're almost laying the same way, too.
Yeah. This is begin the next chapter. In Severance, that's a there is a life to be had here,
Yeah.
as Mark says in a minute. So I'll play a little bit of this, try to maybe zoom through it. Major truth drop in this Fortnite chapter intro cinematic. So here we go. Her memory has been reset. Landed on another round of Earth 2020. 3 credits for a quarter. Just getting her bearings.
Yeah, where am I?
Where am I? My name is Helly. My name is Eve. Okay. And then, oh, she finds some fellow people already here. And then I think it's actually, like, I'm just going to pause it. What this guy says is so profound that I'm not even going to try to decode it. But I'll just play it. I mean, I have it partially decoded, but not fully.
I suppose I owe you an explanation. We've all been through a lot the last few years, and there's much more you don't even remember. You've all fought a good fight. But until we set the 0 point free, we'll be facing threats like the last reality. And worse. There will be no escaping it.
So, like the last reality, there's cycles. Lumen recycles. We'll see that in a second.
That's why I need your help to destroy the imagined order.
The imagined order. We can talk a minute about that, right?
Oh, yes.
That's the
board members.
Right. In Lumen, that's the imaginary board members. That's the in our
world.
In our world, that's the Illuminati, the government.
The imagined government.
Yeah. It's all just a thing
system
in man's mind.
That we think is over us, that has power over us.
Yep. When in fact it is nothing more than someone saying they're in charge, when if you go down to the meat suit level, they're just like you. They're just another, hopefully, maybe soul having being.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Or they could just be something that looks like it. One of the chaff, something that's not there's no one sitting in that pineal gland. They're just existing for evil spirits to puppet.
Taking on.
Okay, so yeah, what else is said here?
As long as they're exploiting the 0 point, everything is in danger. With your help, we can free ourselves from this place and leave the loop for good.
So the loop, I haven't played this game a whole lot, but from what I understand, that's, I think, like what they just call their like battle environment.
I've never played it. So
Yeah, you never played it.
I have no idea.
But it isn't interesting. They call it the loop. Okay, like in this certain,
just our cycles of ages that we go through here.
Yeah, either that or it's referring to the soul circle. You failed to woke up. You failed, as it says, you failed to free yourself from this place. So you got to go back in for another go. Just like you're at the arcade and you quote die, and you can put another quarter in, or maybe you got 3 credits for that first quarter, and you can just you got 3 tries. 3 strikes and you're out. Maybe. I don't know.
That's Eric's philosophy. I have a more biblical, Christ-centered version of that.
I've just started to dabble in the thinking that there could be something like that is actually what's going on, and it is compatible with the the much more traditional, the creator created us and we're here. I think there's a gray area, middle ground where they're all the same.
Safe to ponder on.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can't disprove this whole like multi-layered what's the word? Like video game, right? Like reality.
Yeah.
The simulation theory cannot be disproven.
Yep.
Okay,
Fun to think about.
yeah, it's so fun to think about, right? I mean, of course, and it's it's like one of the biggest topics of the day because it's infinitely interesting to everyone.
We can all go home.
We can all go home. It's just too much in this one. But oh, and then what you're about to see here is a major reveal, I believe, about what our physical Earth realm actually is, I don't know, like arranged as. Watch this. Oh, and by the way, on a little bit of a topic shift, that school bus that those characters just jumped out of, I'll go back a second here. Boom. That's a school bus that you jump out of. When you all start this game, when a new round is starting, everyone's jumping. You choose when to jump out. And the school bus is going over the land, and you can jump out real soon. And then you get started collecting your weapons and shields and whatever early on. Or you can wait a little bit, and then jump out at the last moment. But at the end of the school bus's straight line journey through the Earth realm, you're force ejected. So no matter what, you're on the school bus and you're going to be schooled.
And the school bus is blue.
Duh! In this case, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Right. And that's something we haven't even gotten into yet.
Yeah.
Because this is our first episode of everything. And there's so much. Yeah. I think the more you listen to me and Val, you're going to... There's going to be like a language that you're learning. Just like some of my favorite YouTubers, like that guy Matt. Yeah. The Quantum of Conscience. He's got his own whole like dictionary he's starting. He calls it his hobo code. It's hilarious. So yeah, I think the funnest people to listen to often have stuff like that, I think. So yeah, they're jumping off a school bus.
Yep.
Going to get schooled.
The indoctrination.
Going to learn.
Yeah.
In one more round of Earth 2020. So that I think maybe in a way is there's your soul is being refined. You're inching closer and closer to accepting truth. It could be. And then kaboom, there it is. Earth in God's eye. The apple of God's eye. So there is where we live. We are up on Middle Earth on the top here.
Separated by the waters.
Waters are above in heaven.
And below.
I think that's why stars look like they're lights underwater, with all the fluttering and flickering.
Yep.
Like, go look up Star in a Jar on YouTube. You'll see that via sound waves being blasted into a water inside of a jar, they actually ignite and create a microscopic sized star. And it's inside water. So that could be what the stars actually are, because it says in Genesis, the creation was spoken, vibration, sound waves.
Oh yeah, we'll have to get back to that. A whole nother topic.
Me and Valerie
There's
could
so many different symbolisms of the waves in the sky.
Yeah, me and Val could deviate for like hours, and then like tomorrow we come back to where we started. But then in here's so the whole middle slice is the fountains of the deep, and then you've got an upside down reality in the purple down here.
Similar to Stranger Things, upside down world.
Stranger Things, the upside down.
Yep.
Crazy, right? So whoever made this, they either consciously study these things and they know about all of this, or the puppet master of this reality, was just, the God of this world was either wanting them to reveal this, or maybe it was a Holy Spirit revelation. Who knows? I think people are I think mostly artists, because they're like, they're actively trying to create. So I think those people are opening themselves up to inspiration from one side or the other, good beings or bad beings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's, yeah. So it's so much in modern art. All right, we'll switch back to Val's laptop here.
What else were we going to touch on in your
Let's just
breakdown?
continue. Yeah, so Helly landing in her yellow submarine after being reset, has no memories.
I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. Hi there. You on the table? I wonder if you'd mind taking a brief survey.
Who is that?
5 questions. Now, I know you're sleepy, but I just bet it'll make you feel right as rain.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to touch on this.
Yeah,
Right as rain.
Yeah, you want to go for it?
Well, you were telling me a little bit about how the Matrix kind of brings this up.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'll give the quote. I'll give the quote off the top of my head.
Yeah.
It's when Neo goes to see the Matrix for the first time. She's baking cookies, and when he's leaving her kitchen, she offers him a cookie and says, "Take a cookie. I promise by the time you're finished eating it, you'll feel right as rain." And it was out of place there. And it's out of place here.
Well, it's more in place there because a cookie might make you feel better, feel okay.
But it's freaking Neo, and he's just been broken out of the Matrix. In other words, his threshold for being like able to feel something has just been pushed to 1,000 miles in the air.
True.
A cookie's not gonna do anything for him.
Cookie, yeah. I mean, obviously.
His mind is still in pieces after being exploded by the revelation that he's just been jacked out of the Matrix.
He's being offered something good.
No, that's
when
true.
Helly here is being offered to take a 5-question survey to make her feel right as rain.
It's just so strange. So I think it's more of a reference to Rain Man,
which you said is
Lucifer,
AKA,
the god of this world.
Yeah.
Make it rain dollar bills.
Yeah.
Rain Man. And of course, oh my God, here's another deviation or a future video for us. Rain Man, the movie. We just watched this like 6 months ago.
Yes.
And I hadn't seen it for years. I mean, it's a movie from like the 80s or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Seen it a couple times in the past, maybe only twice. But now that I can see, I saw it.
All the symbolism in that.
All the symbolism is crazy. It's all about the straw man and the commercial system and how it's trying to take over natural man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. So there's another thing, more homework for watching. Me and Val are going to generate homework for you. You're going to be watching this show. You're going to have...
Hopefully just think about more interesting stuff.
You're going to have 2-3 movies to go away and watch every time we talk.
Mm-hmm.
Rain Man is one of them. Right as rain.
Great symbolism in that.
Right as rain, yeah. Continue.
Who's speaking?
And I thought it was interesting that this kind of looks like the inside of a submarine as well.
It's very, yeah.
It just kind of like makes me think
it's
that.
very not much a normal interior.
Yeah. Like the ceiling and yeah.
Yeah, there's no windows, solid walls. It's very strange. There she is in their blue dress. Talk about that later.
Hey! Open the door! Hey!
Oh, actually, yeah, pause it right here. One more thing I forgot that came into my mind the first time watching this was she lands on that table and there are 12 chairs around the table.
Yeah. 12
signs of the zodiac representing that, she's here for, I don't know, one of the ages or I don't know. There's something there. The fact that there's 12 seats around the table.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably figure out more later, but It's just in a point of interest.
Hey,
Hello.
Gave up.
5 questions.
5 questions.
What do I get at the end?
No, she says at the end, like the end of her life.
Depends on your answers.
Depends on
Yeah.
what you did here, what you believed, what you acted on, what you didn't act on. Mm.
Okay.
Great. Off we go.
Yep. It's totally like a microcosmic reference to her trip here.
Now to start, who are you?
That's the first question.
First name will do.
First name and last, sir. Now, please.
Mm-hmm.
So she's
Always have to represent your.
your person.
Yeah.
First name, last name only.
So we get to the point she doesn't know her name.
It's okay.
Right.
Can't worry. Were you born?
Wait,
Which state or territory, please?
Oh, right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Unknown.
She doesn't know where she
Question
was born.
3.
Here we
Please
go.
name any U.S. state or territory.
Fuck.
First that comes to mind.
I don't know. Delaware.
Boom.
Okay, so the fact that she just names Delaware after being so confused right now is an interesting state to bring up, and
Yeah.
I think you have that.
Well, I this is one thing that popped into my head right away when I watched this months ago, and that Delaware is that magic place where all corporations on Earth that wish to have a presence in the quote U.S. they will generally, and I mean 99.99% of them, they will generally have a registered presence entity in Delaware as a Delaware, I think it's called an S corp, or just a foot in the door to the U.S. system.
Yeah. Delaware.
In Delaware. So it's just interesting that, I mean, we're the general, the most broad sense claim here is that this show Severance is an ultimate reveal of the whole commercial system of enslavement in this reality.
Yep.
That's why even in Book of Revelation, it makes specific reference to a bunch of commerce. The shipmasters, were wailing at her destruction, her being basically the Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm.
The ultimate foundation of all commerce on Earth to this day.
Yep.
What is this?
Delaware. Question 4. What is Mr. Egan's favorite breakfast?
That one makes no sense.
Right? Unknown.
Right.
Question 5. And as a reminder, this is the final question. To the best of your memory, what is or was the color of your mother's eyes?
Okay, she doesn't know anything.
Known. Unknown.
What the hell did you do to me?
I love that right there for a moment. He's visually posed as Agent Smith. Or if you've seen V for Vendetta, that one scene where Evie is in the fake prison,
Mm-hmm.
where V has been torturing her. And then at the last moment, he's standing at the door in the shade, in shadow like that.
Yep.
About to I don't know. I just think there's something visually interesting there.
That's a perfect score.
And that's interesting too. I'm just thinking about this now. That's a perfect score. As in, if what he's saying is true, if the perfect score contains within it Delaware,
Yeah.
there you go. That's confirmation of what of our breakdown of it.
Yeah.
Like if they say Delaware, ooh, they've got some memory of the last time they were here worshiping the beast, which has its foothold in Delaware in what we call U.S.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, we're gonna be skipping through parts because we don't want to play the whole episode like a minute, every second,
Yeah.
because just for sake of time, because I think we're already gonna be talking for a long time, and this is just episode 1.
He's-
Oh yeah, is this where he asks permission to? Yeah, this part's interesting. I told Val I want to get a piano just to play this. Right, this is weird and interesting. Okay.
Are you ready for Mr. Scout?
We'll pause it when it's like in the above view. In a
Oh,
in a
true.
second
Okay, and
here.
then you're gonna go on with.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, pause it right there. So clearly the same visual as the yellow border with green center. And what's going on here, my maybe incorrect breakdown of this, is that this is Mark going to work. This is him on the outer reality, what we would think relatively from our perspective here as heaven. This is him going in for another round of the game in the Fortnite
Yeah.
parallel.
Yeah. Or putting his piece on the Monopoly board.
Yeah.
As you've said many times.
Yeah, exactly. Choosing, okay, hey guys, I'm going to be the thimble this time.
Mm-hmm.
And getting your starter money from the bank.
So this is looking like a submarine again.
Yeah. So my theory here is that this is the upper side of the portal, or the entrance to the submarine reality, as detailed in extreme detail in the Beatles music video.
But you also said that they have to ask permission to board.
Good point. Yeah, exactly. So I was in the Navy for a short time, and one thing they do religiously is every time you leave the ship and board the ship, no matter what kind of ship it is, as long as it's a Navy vessel of any kind, submarines included, they ask permission to board ship. And so there you go. We all live in a yellow submarine, and he's just asked permission to board ship. He's going into his yellow submarine for another round of Earth 2020.
Yep. And this brings up a point with this guy, the founder of this place.
Yep.
He kind of looks like the same guy that the Beatles represent as the submarine captain.
Yep.
He has the beard, and
this is
they look very similar.
Yeah. There was a guy who basically enticed these 4 Beatles to go in for a round to join him on his submarine in the land of submarines.
Mm-hmm. So he's going down the basement.
Severed access.
And one thing I also wanted to point out was this blue, almost dot of blood, it looks like.
Yep.
That's like representing the lumen. Everything is a blue blood.
Blue blood. And while we're here on the first, maybe real specific mention of the blue blood thing, let's see, I'll bring up that one video. Where is it?
Yeah, where they split the...
Yeah. Do I have it open? No.
I thought you did.
No. No, that's not it. Well, I'll continue this. I'll find it in a second.
So, yeah, here's interesting. He's getting himself a new watch.
Right.
And taking his wet shoes off.
Yep. So it's like he's boarded a ship. He was, maybe it was raining outside. He was up on the poop deck, so he's got his crappy boots on.
Switches badges.
Yep.
Puts his corporate shoes on, ready to play the part.
And specifically, I think what's most interesting there is he swapped watches.
Yeah.
So he's going in for a different perspective on time. Yep. And I think it's maybe even more interesting that he took a watch that doesn't have any hands. So it's almost like maybe...
Or any numbers on it.
I mean, any numbers. Yeah. I said that wrong. It's got no numbers. So maybe it's like while he's like down in there in like this dream reality, in this nested sub-reality, it's like maybe time is lesser real. So it's got no numbers on it. It's less formal in a way, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Whereas up here in the heavenly realm, his watch had numbers and maybe it's more of like maybe it's more real. I don't know. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Oh, and then on the blue blood thing, I found that video.
Oh, good.
It's let me switch back to my laptop here. This is a whole massive multi-hour piece of homework. This guy, Richard Montbleau, is like addicted to this topic. He's and for good reason. It's super interesting. This I actually consider this as like one of the best compiled videos on YouTube. Possibly second only to the Back to the Future predicted 9/11 super well mind blower, super well produced mind blower. It's like a 12-minute video, and it just destroys your mind. The truth drops they show in that.
Yeah.
This is almost as like mind exploding. So go watch this Us and Them, and it basically reveals so much of what we're going to be talking about now for probably 20 hours on Severance is based on this video.
Yeah. Absolutely. The red and blue.
Yeah, them versus, I mean, it's like from our perspective, we would be the red.
Yeah.
And they are the blue.
Yeah.
The copper evil tears of this reality.
Yeah, the evil is always the blue representation.
And then, I mean, we should just talk about a little bit more in detail about this red versus blue thing. So the red is the Iron Man. I am Iron Man, and I actually think that Ozzy Osbourne song is talking about Jesus in a way. Because he's Iron Man. He's an actual man with a correct human soul or whatever. And that's all, and that's the iron based blooded true man. Whereas the copper based blood, the blue bloods, the people that are with the blue collar office jobs, the officers in corporations and offices and titles. These are the reptilians in a way, or I mean, maybe that is maybe that is actually true. Like a high percentage of these people in like quote office upper positions are these people that gets all into the David Icke reptilian thing. Yeah. And of course we both see that as they are bloodlines, which are somehow just more of this blue blood and DNA that is more easy for these evil spirits to hijack and take action through and influence.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, and sometimes just flat out transform to where people see them as like they grow 9 foot tall reptilians of super strength.
Yeah, or it just reminds me of the movie We Live.
Exactly.
Where he sees them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, and that just reminds me of some other YouTube video I stumbled across the other day where someone pointed at this invention that was from like 200 years ago that actually allowed people to visually see these things. And of course, that's a truth drop. Then if you look at the movie, oh, what's that one movie where it's like, I think it's like 13 Ghosts. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking
The
about. I've
house
seen
is
that
the
movie.
house is turned into a maze.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, we got to watch that one. There's got to be a massive load of truth in there now because it's all symbolism. Anyway, in that movie, one of the main things they have is those glasses that let you see the ghosts.
True.
I'm telling you that was an actual invention. It was written about.
Well, it's got to be based on what? Frequencies of light?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and apparently there's just some liquid that you can put in a thin layer. I'm just extremely paraphrasing the invention here, but it's that like transforms a certain reality of frequency down in, or transposes or shifts it down into a visual frequency that your eye can then see.
Okay.
And so in a way that's like what they were doing in They Live. They were manufacturing these special glasses, these special lenses that obviously shifted a certain frequency range to what you normally would see.
Yeah.
I think that's based on that real invention. So let's look more into that.
Yeah, that's
and try to make them.
No thanks.
I know.
No, thank you.
I don't even know if I'd look.
Oh man. Okay, so we have to show him going down into the basement and
Right.
the way they visually show this.
Oh.
So he just went into
You know what I just noticed? That beeping noise.
Yeah.
When I sometimes have heard this weird beeping in my head, that was the noise.
That's weird.
And Mom has explained the same exact noise.
Yeah.
It's a high frequency Morse code beep. Wow. Dude, wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But that's what I was trying to tell you earlier with the beeping.
Okay.
Like a frequency that he hears.
And then, yeah, pause it here. It's not so easy to see in this scene, but he's just arrived, and right in front of him is that same carpet.
The yellow.
The yellow border with the green inside. So so I really do see that as like representing like the portal.
I don't know if it has the green sides, but it's got green chairs.
No, I think they
the
show it
inside.
later,
Okay.
and it's the same pattern.
Okay.
So I think he's gone through the portal, and he's landed on the other side of the submarine. You know, he's inside the submarine now.
And now he's going through the maze.
The Matrix back doors. Going through the white tunnel. Down the Bifrost to his reality. Down the branch of the tree. The great, what was the whole Thor tree thing? Yggdrasil? Yeah, so he's going down one of the branches of Yggdrasil right now to his reality. To his apple hanging on the Yggdrasil tree.
Notice the green carpet that he's walking into. On land.
On seas of green. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot in this scene here. We get the first view of their actual office. On the sea of green.
Oh, and one thing that we didn't discuss
Earth.
is how it's the four rivers
Yeah.
inside.
We talked about that like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
You want to explain it?
You'll probably do a better job at explaining that.
Well, first of all, visually it's strange, right? Because they're just in the dead center of the room. So I believe that is for a purpose, and that is to fulfill the symbolism. And so the green, that represents Earth.
Yep.
Inside the submarine. So inside the Fortnite circle thing, So they're on the earth here. They're on the ground. And at the dead center is the swastika.
Mm-hmm.
In the dead center is the what do you call it? What's the Eric Dubé always talks about it, the Mount Meru, of which in the Bible, I'm not talking about the mountain, but in the Bible at least, it explains how there are 4 rivers that come out from the garden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I see either metaphorically or physically, literally as the center of the earth realm, of which is descending the 4 directions, the 4 winds, the four rivers.
Mm-hmm. Which a lot of different religions actually take on that same symbol.
Yeah.
That we would see as a swastika.
Yeah, it's not a swastika. Yeah, it's actually a reference to the earth plane, the very center of it, and possibly even the vortex, because our reality is a toroid, of which is a toilet flushing into a toilet. You can see if you had 2 toilets facing butt to butt each other and you flushed them at the same time, well, that's two vortexes spiraling
like
down into each other. And then of course they come back out, they loop back up around, and they flush again, and they're continually flushing this donut shaped vortex in opposing directions. That's a toroid. That's what that's what I see as, again, what the swastika is a symbol of. It's a very, very rudimentary way of portraying a vortex.
Yeah, the river's coming out of the center.
Exactly, and the reveal there in Genesis,
then going out into this twirly.
Yeah. And the reveal there in Genesis could be, as almost everything in the Bible is that's significant, is as an allegory for the vortex. Yeah. And of course it's rivers, so water, always, there's always the waters being equal to like a source of life. And in the movie Pi, the main conclusion of the protagonist is everything is the spiral. There's nothing not infused with the spiral. And he sees it as the spiral in that movie. But that's just one view of a toroid, just a top-down view.
Yeah.
It's a spiral. It's a toroid, though. So yeah, you can continue this. Yep, turn that. It's pause it right here.
Smarkin is blue.
Yeah. So there he is.
Blue man.
There he is. Yeah. There. And you know what they even say is they gave that to him.
Yeah. He didn't earn that.
Yeah. So they're trying to make him feed his blue side.
Mm-hmm.
You're breathing shitty.
Sorry.
You sick?
Maybe. Petey was sniffling yesterday.
If you breathe on me, I'll rip your larynx out.
Wow, that went right to 10. I feel like ripping out my germ-ridden larynx would get you sicker than just me breathing on you.
Nah, endorphins.
Oh.
Petey better not be out for the day because I'm about 0 seconds from wrapping the Tumwater file, and he needs to process it.
Tumwater?
I think he's out.
If he doesn't process today, they won't
Tuesday
next week.
It's all about water.
Bullshit.
Oh, careful, guy.
Hi, kids. What's for dinner?
God damn.
Careful, guy. Here comes the one that's most sold out, and therefore wearing solid blue.
Yep. Worshipping the corporation.
About the greeting? You were kidding.
No, we sincerely hate it. How many reasons did we come up with?
8.
8 reasons. Chief among them, the latent condescension.
And it's confusing. Like, did the kids make you dinner in this scenario? Or?
Yeah, what kind of a shit dad are you?
No Petey?
We think he's sick.
You know what I'm going to do someday? Actually add up all those numbers, like in screen flashes like that, where they show a series of numbers, like obviously.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like they're adding up to 23.
That would be funny. Also to note that their keyboards are all blue and their screens are all blue. So it could be like water.
Yep.
representation
Yep.
of,
They've got their hands all up in commerce
and
right
the
there.
evil blue system.
Yep. Multiple reasons of the blueness here. Yeah.
Oh no.
And all the technology,
Uh,
blue, technology as stuff we got from the fallen angels that started giving us information through their coming into this reality through the portals that Alan Parsons and who was the founder of the Scientology. I forget his name, but yeah, him and Alan Parsons, they opened up a portal and out came Lamb, a demon or whatever, and they started giving them technology. That's the blue. I think that's why the technology is all represented as blue here, and of course the commercial stuff.
That's true.
Data refinement.
Hi, Mr. Milchek.
Mark, could I have a word?
Isn't it interesting? His name is what? Milchek?
Yeah.
So that's like, here we are in this mill going around on the loop.
Yeah.
We're grinding at the mill. And then he's checking in on it. He's so Milchek.
That's funny.
Maybe reaching.
Okay, so now
Mark,
they're going into
shut the thing.
Nice office.
the boss's office.
It's horrid.
His boss.
Yeah, the old one was better.
So another thing that just came to mind is, so this is a new office. The old one was better. So it's like just another cycle, thing. Maybe in a way, I don't know what I'm saying. It's just so much with cycles going on here.
Oh, you look awful. You look hungover. Have a seat.
The board will be joining us remotely today. I have Mark S. at my desk.
They're on Zoom for the morning meeting. They're on Zoom. Everything's remote these days. Everything's fake, remote.
Well, that and there's no visual of them
ever.
So it's just, I think, a fabricated power system.
So what you're saying is an imagined order?
Yeah.
Government?
Based in fear. Yeah.
Yep. Like, what is the speaker telling us? It's shaped like a TV.
Yeah.
Is that what you were going to say before?
Well, I was going to say her carpet's blue.
Right.
So they're back in maritime law.
Yep. He's gone up to the full-blown office to he's been taken away in the spirit. He's he's consulting with the demons right now.
Yep. About to go through a contract.
Yep.
Oh.
Static.
Hello.
Yeah.
David Lynch, Twin Peaks, electricity, demons,
Yep.
static. Those are just some keywords.
I assume this is about me acting as department chief today. Okay. Well, I mean,
Notice again right now how they the controllers, the elite, his boss, they're not even saying anything. He's volunteering
information
to start a contract with them.
Yep.
They didn't say anything.
Yep.
Holy shit. There's so much in this show.
For PD,
we could do like
4, so it shouldn't be
100 hours per episode.
Is no longer with this company.
I'm sorry?
I said PD is no longer with this company.
I'm sorry, Mark.
Company.
You guys are one of my favorite.
I mean, obviously it's a company, but notice how, of course, he's not part of the company anymore, but he's no longer in this reality, as in the whole reality experience is you joining a company.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way of looking at it.
He's not here at all.
Yeah.
Well, that's because he's no longer with the company. You're not going to see him at all. So it's like when a little Babylonian, a little new Babylonian is born. They get their company name tag, birth certificate.
Yeah.
And then when they're no longer with this company, well, they're dead. So the two are synonymous. They're absolutely linked in real life and the show.
Yeah.
I mean, there should have been some notice of this. What happened?
We'd love to tell you, but unfortunately non-disclosure policy forbids. We'd be aiding an assault on PD's privacy by you.
Mark, would you place your key card on my desk?
Here's the contract.
Yeah.
Mark S., at this time I confer upon you the freedom to serve here in the advance.
A new catch for me.
I just caught that too.
What did you get?
That she's allowing him freedoms, like he's a slave and that needs to be told that this is a freedom that you'll receive.
I mean, yeah, same thing, but it's right there in the words on the surface. Freedom to serve.
Oh, true.
Boom.
Yeah.
I confer. I think I like that word. Yeah, the ability, the freedom to serve.
Yeah, an oxymoron.
Oxymoron.
Yeah.
Role of Macrodata Refinement Department Chief. Congratulations.
It's the exact same card.
Totally imagined authority. It didn't make a difference at all.
No handshake is available upon request.
I still don't get all this.
Have a handshake.
This is so strange. She's surprised. The human wants to touch me.
Yeah, and I feel like I heard.
You haven't run a training.
I feel like I heard the static of the board
Really?
too, during that time. Yeah.
As in, like,
we have to touch.
A human's gonna ask to touch her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that might be it.
Irving will be there to shadow. Just stick to the flow chart and escalate properly depending on dialectics. You'll be fine.
If you need to take a few minutes.
Thank you. I
Flow
don't.
chart.
Binder's blue.
Oh, and thank you to the board as well.
The board won't be contributing to this meeting.
Period.
Yeah. Oh, right. They plugged in a static generator. That's all the Illuminati is. A static generator. Background noise. Doesn't exist.
Our last refiner, who was a woman, was
Carol. Dylan's old
yeah.
fate.
Yeah, it's only the idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if I don't register my
I'm fine.
my bicycle with government, they're gonna come put a bullet through my head. I'll just all fear.
Yep.
We'll be fine.
I know you and PD were close. He was the only one who really appreciated your humor.
Everything's fine. So I'm supposed to start with just the input survey? Isn't that a little weird?
Standard. Just start at 1A and continue by line based on her answers.
Well, what if I just talk to her?
She deserves to have the information presented to her in the proper order, just as you had.
The trainee becomes agitated.
Lumen recycles. I thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my worldview that I'm entertaining, if we don't come to the realization that Jesus set us free from this evil commercial system and this whole reality, then we get recycled back in. And of course, this is like extremely common. Hundreds of people would say the same kind of thing where you just get to try again, reincarnation.
The karma.
Yeah,
right,
yeah. The whole like
do good in this life and you'll.
Well, not good, but you have to keep coming back until as the Fortnite video showed. If you don't set yourself free, you have to keep coming back to the loop.
Yep.
The loop doesn't end. So I thought it's funny. It said Lumen recycles. So it's like they keep coming back, keep coming back.
Agitated and demands to leave. Skip to page 19.
She has to ask 3 times for you to let her.
Yep.
Right. Yes.
Wait for him to circle it. Bop, bop, bop. He circles it 3 times.
Yeah.
That's
so
another
3 times thing we're interested in too.
Yeah, let me bring that up What was that? That was the Austin Powers video. I hope this is it.
Who sent?
Yeah. Here we go. So go back to my laptop here and watch.
Who sent you? You'll have to kill me. Who sent you? Kiss my ass, Powers. Who sent you? Dr. Evil.
That was easy.
That was easy.
Why did you tell us?
I can't stand to be asked the same question 3 times. It just irritates me. Where is Dr. Evil hiding? Why would he tell me? I'm just one of his low-level functionaries. Where is Dr. Evil hiding? You'll have to torture me. I'll never tell you. Where's Dr. Evil hiding? Damn! 3 times.
Okay, I'll stop it there.
Yeah, so I brought up that in the Bible, Jesus, anytime there's something very important he wanted to get across, he says it 3 times. So I didn't know if this was something to that made demons kind of upset about the 3 times, that's all they can handle.
Right.
I kind of was playing on that.
Right. And then when the show first came out and all these things were coming to our mind, the first thing that popped into my mind for me was for over 10 years I've been studying natural law, and one of the strange things that I kept encountering was the principle of asking 3 times. So, for example, you're being assaulted by a Satanist / police officer. If you ask to be just left alone, like, I don't want to contract with you, I don't want to answer your questions, I just want to be left alone. Apparently, if you ask the same thing 3 times, and this apparently is true of like a quote judge or magistrate, like saying the same thing 3 times in a row, as if to be ignoring they're apparently not hearing you, then apparently the 3rd time they have to listen to you.
Okay.
I don't have any experience of this myself. I'm just repeating what I've heard, but I've heard too many people say the same thing. Oh, and then there's this Austin Powers truth drop here, which I think is kind of just a confirmation.
Yeah.
And then of course in the show here they make a big thing about it. 3 times he strikes underneath it 3 times, and then as you'll see in a minute that they actually play on it.
Yep.
Images.
And then we're gonna kind of see you
all come in like this.
Oh, and then he's so evil.
I love seeing you all come in like this, referring to
Hell,
Helly there, having just come in.
Yep.
Laying there on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
On the brown, on the table.
Like another severed person, another one for their side.
Yeah. Someone to mold into their commercial evil system.
Yeah.
A new Babylonian, a baby.
Yeah.
Babylonian baby.
Okay, and we kind of saw this play out.
Right.
Okay. 5 questions.
Trying to get out.
Right, here we
This
go.
is their side of it.
Shall we begin with question 1?
Let me out of here. Hey!
Here, pause it.
No, she's not.
Notice how he is playing the position of the police officer in some traffic stop. He has to get her consent to start going down the line of questions.
Mm-hmm.
He never just is like, I'm going to ask you a question. Hey, I need you to answer this question. You must. You have to. You are required. You know. He's going out of his way to make sure
that she consents.
She consents to questions.
Nope. We always have to consent first.
Are you seeing this?
I'm watching.
They're always watching.
Should I?
Watchers.
Yeah.
Watcher. Yep. The watcher class of beings. Here
The
to
fallen angels.
Here to manage. Manager. Man. You know.
The hell?
As they think.
You should not.
Cold-blooded reptilian.
Yep.
That's a perfect score.
Yep, there we go. The perfect score of Delaware.
I think I know where a disconnect is coming from.
What?
Well, there was a preamble which I was supposed to read before the survey to lead into the questions, and But I unfortunately skipped that, went straight into the survey.
Am I livestock?
Love it.
I'm sorry?
Like, did you grow me as food and that's why I have no memories?
Do you think we grew a full human, gave you consciousness?
I don't know.
Did your nails?
I don't know. I don't know you.
No, you're not livestock. Good Lord.
Then what's my name?
Helly. Your name is Helly. Helly R.
Yeah, you know how the system is giving her name?
Yep.
And that gets into PD?
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah, should we talk about that one later? We'll do that. We'll talk about that more when PD is at play in like
Yeah,
episode
yeah,
2 and
yeah.
3 and whatever.
Towards the end of this, he gets to be in.
Oh, really? Okay. These episodes are so long and they cover so much. I forget what's in what.
Feel afraid or disoriented.
So he's still trying to go off a script.
You see, you have been
Oh,
hired
does
to a
she?
position on the severed floor of Lumen Industries.
Does she say she's confused? This is where I've got the Land of Confusion video.
I may have already skipped over
Yeah,
saying that.
that's fine.
I understand you're confused about the severance procedure.
Oh, he says it.
He says
Before
it.
we hop on that,
Yeah, let me switch. Do I have it up? I'm not going to spend much time on this, but now that here she is in the Land of Confusion, I will just tell you another piece of homework. Just go watch Genesis, Land of Confusion. I mean, obviously, legendary video, legendary song. Everyone knows it, unless you're, 10 years old, 20 years old, whatever. This is all just another major truth drop about the same thing. It's got a lot of the same themes, how he's underwater. I'm not going to decode it right now, but it's all here too. So this is the Land of Confusion. So here we go. Helly has arrived in the Land of Confusion.
let's chat about something I bet you have heard of, the work-life balance. To start, imagine yourself as a seesaw. Oh, fuck! That locks from out there!
Let me out!
God.
Here we go.
Can we just take a beat, please?
Magically ask 3 times.
He'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. Oh, right. They talk face to face for a second.
Yeah.
And then basically that's just.
My name's Mark.
And then he's kind of human with her for a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah. He's
So
like.
a few years back, I woke up on this table in this room, and a disembodied voice asked me 19 times who I was. And when I realized I couldn't answer, I told that voice that I would find him and kill him. I don't know why I said that. I was scared too.
Did you kill the voice?
No. No, that voice's name was Petey, and he became my best friend. So look, there is a life to be had here, Helly.
Life to
be had.
Life to be had here. Yep. She's in for another round of Earth 2020. Or maybe Earth 2000.
You see, life, like a seesaw,
Let me the fuck out of here!
The reptile stares. No blinking.
Ask me again.
What?
You've asked twice to be let go. Ask one more time.
Mark,
Yeah.
I would like to leave the building now.
I understand you don't feel it's working out for you here at Lumen. While disappointed, I hate to keep you somewhere you're not happy. So let's get you out of here.
Okay. So they
Right.
walk to the exit.
And I'm what, part of that?
No.
Oh, should we go past?
Yeah,
Apartments are
you
pretty
saw
spaced
something
out,
there.
but it'll all fill in one day. They're planning.
So they're planning an expansion. So I'll fill in one day. And the carpet in there is blue, representing the sea, and evil. The evil side, I think that could be like more fallen angels coming to work for
Yep.
Earth.
Yep. So this could be more, and you notice how this is obviously laid out in a better way than the stupid 4 people all bunched up together.
Yeah, it's still a very strange way.
It's still strange, but this having the blue carpet, I think this could be like future office space for the Watchers.
For the future mill checks.
Yeah, for more people of that class. So these aren't going to be like human spirits having these go-arounds here. This is for the fallen angels.
An expansion.
And I'm what, part of that?
No, you're a replacement.
And you know what? That's even like so that could be like even in the Bible how it says like the what does it say? The gateways to hell will not prevail against the saints, and how CERN is like supposedly making portals to bring entities through from the heavenly realms, evil beings, the fallen angels into this real. Well, what they call this is an expansion.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on. Yeah, is they're trying to continually
They're trying to expand.
They're constantly trying to bring in more of Team Blue to this reality, and they're planning for it.
Yep.
With their empty blue carpeted space.
Replacement for who?
Yeah.
Why are you saying that like you hate it?
Right.
I feel like there's something there too, but
yeah.
Here's your stairwell, just past the bend.
Here's your stairwell. Stairway to heaven.
Yeah.
Trying to get out. Is that like Jacob's ladder too? I don't know a whole lot about that, but it's a stair, it's a ladder.
Yeah, I think it's the same representation of a way to heaven.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, heaven in this analogy is simply the outside world in this show.
In this show, yeah.
You're not coming with me?
I'm not allowed to see.
Excuse me?
Well, once you leave, I just can't watch you leave.
Because she would be doing so maybe through whatever's at the North Pole. I think maybe the Garden of Eden is there, and man is not allowed to go there. So he says he's not allowed to watch her leave.
You can't see.
Like we're not allowed to. Like in that Marvel movie with the Black Panther, is it? You know how they have their whole island world that's camouflaged? Have you seen that?
I think so.
Something like, I'm going to butcher it. It's something like Zaganda. I'm probably totally off. I'm totally wrong. But they're able to cloak their whole island out in the middle of the water.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
I've only seen it once, and that's why I can't remember. But
so it's similar to that, like a representation.
I think that could be representing this, maybe a theoretical continent that's actually at the North Pole, at the center of the disc, the center of the pizza pie.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not allowed to watch her leave. You can't see it. And maybe in the Bible it puts it as that it's being guarded, but with a flaming sword and cherubims, something like that.
Oh yeah, around the 4 corners.
Yeah.
Of course you can't.
And it's just past the vent, he said. Here's your staircase just past the vent. Is that something like referring to the winds of heaven or something?
Maybe.
Just past the twirl of the vortex?
Oh man.
Oh, there you go. Just past the vortex eye wall. Yep. I love how they portray this. I was totally confused the first time I saw it. I was totally confused.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, and I thought, wait, is she actually having some psychotic break? Like,
Yeah, because she's turned around.
I guess you can fast forward a little bit. I mean, what's like? We're getting kind of near the end of this episode here, right?
Yeah. Well,
Well, he gets out, right, and then he goes to that. Do we want to fast forward?
yeah. Well, I was going to say she tries 3 times before she gives up.
3 times, yep.
No.
Not.
You did.
She asked if she was in hell.
Fun.
Right.
Look, I do sympathize. I've wanted to pummel Mark myself, but I am his employer, and he is your department chief. So we'll both have to be strong. The good news is there's only one part left of your orientation, which Mark can't.
It's a video.
Right.
Have a seat.
Oh, here it's freaky how she says yes or whatever. When it,
Are you mad at me?
Yeah. Well, it's
Are you mad at me?
creepy. Like the
Maybe
demon.
Competence.
The demon comes
or
out.
Disobedience.
Well,
yeah.
See, she goes from 0
You know,
Yeah.
my mother
to
was an atheist.
to demonic rage.
She used to say that there was good news and bad news about hell.
Oh, and then this.
The good news is, hell is just the product of a morbid human imagination. The bad news is,
Which you could see us when we sinned in the garden as coming into consciousness as in our imagination.
Right.
Being the earth realm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then we were forced to come to this place.
Yeah.
Where we get to realize the repercussions of our imaginations.
Mm-hmm. And create based on our thoughts, in a sense.
Yeah.
The evil side, anyway.
And I like what she says here. Play
Yeah.
this.
whatever humans can imagine, they can usually create.
Totally. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like this part too.
I don't know what that means.
A department like yours can go so good or so bad.
So I see that as like a department. So I see that as like maybe like a country or a state or just even your own little city, your own little area.
Yeah. It's up to us.
It's up to us. That's the main takeaway.
Yeah.
And here it is, the Watcher class demon straight up telling him that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm not actively in charge of you little humans. She's never in the room.
Yeah.
She's never putting the hammer down that she's always getting consent, somewhat guiding, but really not.
Yeah.
It's up to Mark.
They've given
and
consent this whole time.
yeah, this whole time from entrance to exit. And so these evil reptilian Watcher class blue blood humans who resonate on their frequency and therefore are being controlled by them to do things on Earth here. They're all just doing it passively.
Because they have no power outside of us willingly giving them power.
Right. As we imagine.
So if we step outside of that.
Their power.
Step outside. Know that your power is in Christ. And that it can be good, and you can make a good life for yourself.
Right.
You know what makes a difference?
Here we go. The people.
The people.
Truth drop.
Yeah.
Not the person. The people. The physical man.
You can have a seat.
Either imagining evil or good.
Yeah. The natural.
Yep.
Okay, so she.
Right.
This is her consent.
Yep.
My name is Helly R. I'm making this video roughly 2 hours.
So yeah, we know about this video here, but isn't it? What just came to mind is, we don't get something like that. So I am absolutely equating this severed floor as a visit to Earth, right? Like that's done. I'm fully sold on that.
Yeah.
But what's interesting here is we don't get something like this. We don't
When
get
we're born.
Yeah. We don't come to age where we're able to start questioning things and be like, damn, I didn't sign up for this, did I? I mean, I've certainly had that thought. Like there's no way I put the quarter in and God saw the preview of the gameplay and was like, I want some of that. I didn't. But hey, maybe I did. I would like some video evidence of me watching and reacting to the gameplay of Earth 2000 and then deciding to pull the quarter out and put it in the machine. Maybe I did. Can't say I didn't.
Hours before it will be shown to me. I have, of my own free accord, elected to undergo the procedure colloquially known as severance. I give consent for my
See,
perception.
okay, but maybe they needed to do that for this because they come in as an adult. Like right off the rip, you're able to start having like complex thought. Here in this reality, you get to ease into it, like the whole boiling of frog, turning up the heat on frogs. Like they don't notice anything, we're baby, oh, there's heat, there's pain, there's cutting yourself, there's people disappointing you, you're easing into it. Whereas, yeah, they're not easing into this reality here. They're just thrown in.
But that's the same thing. We have a choice whether or not to be a part of the corporation or separate ourselves from it.
Well, only after we come to the realization of it, come to knowledge of it.
Yeah, that's true. Because her innie doesn't have a choice.
Right. That's what
Which is her child.
And that's what I'm talking about. Is it's like there's maybe, and that's all I'm saying is maybe that's why they allow her to see this video of herself. It's like, look, you did this to yourself. Stop complaining.
Yeah.
Chronologies to be
Whereas if she was a baby and both babies were eased into it, she would never have such knee jerkings. It's like, oh, this is just her reality. Once a day, she goes into an elevator and just snaps right back, all refreshed.
Yeah.
Like she wouldn't have these big knee jerkings. She wouldn't commit suicide. Right?
Hey, don't give the...
Well, this is if you've seen the show.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So... Foley just has to accept that she consented to this.
Her hair.
I'll never leave here.
Her haircut is so terrible right now.
You'll leave at 5. Well, actually, they
mile-long bangs.
So 5:15.
Staggered exits.
But it won't feel like it. Not to this version of you.
Did he say staggered exit? I was yeah.
Do I have a
yeah.
family?
Did we talk about the staggered exits?
No, because he still mentions them later on again.
Right. Yeah.
You'll never know.
I have no choice.
Well, every time you find yourself here, it's because you chose to come back.
I think that's a truth drop about me putting another quarter in the machine. Because I think everything in all reality levels is consent. Our being in heaven, our spirit in heaven, everywhere.
They kind of look at each other like they know each other right there.
And that's indicating a big reveal that
later on
we have to save for another episode.
Like
the biggest reveal.
Yeah.
Like makes this video look like two preschoolers talking to each other.
Yeah.
From
end of day, going back up.
Yep.
Night.
And he notices that it's a different card.
But
even though it's exactly the
same.
same.
But it's the same card. It makes no sense. I love the piano. Whoever wrote that is genius. So simple.
Projector slide sustained a minor.
Blow to the temple.
Is that why they say temple?
The temple of the Lord.
I know, but he didn't hit his temple. He hit his forehead.
Right.
So it's funny that they say temple there.
Yeah, minor blow to the temple. Right, the body that was jacked in, carrying. Obviously, he's someone that's like waking up, so he's got the spirit of God in him. So it's the temple of the Lord. His temple, his vessel.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. He was not hit in the temple, like
physically,
biologically speaking.
Yeah.
Not even close, inches away.
They gave him a gift card.
Sorry.
Maybe keep your eyes on the icy road.
Sorry.
And you see that right there? How that big road is curved?
Mm-hmm.
That is the outer bounds of the inner severed reality, I think metaphorically. So it's a big circle.
Yeah. They are in a big circle.
You know,
See, look at that.
for someone that isn't up on flat Earth and being the Stanley Cup or the Rose Bowl reality or the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
See, our world is just a giant cup of water on which there are these continents floating around. Maybe not floating around, but of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's why in the Bible, the Earth, when it says, when it uses the word Earth, it's never talking about like a planet, a globe. It's talking about the ground.
Yep.
The physical dirt
The
that
land.
man can walk on instead of swim in.
Yep.
That's all it's referring to. So I think a lot of Christians that just don't think outside of off the normal world path, they see that word Earth and in their mind is popping up the NASA globe.
Yep.
The NASA ball.
That they've been brainwashed to believe.
Yeah. And oftentimes it just means in fact the local area.
Yeah.
And so of course the circle here is Antarctica, being the outer bounds of our circle, of our pizza disc reality. And pause it. So he's exited the center of Earth, and I think the reason maybe it's winter now is because that might be a portrayal of Antarctica.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, and actually, if you're all up on that topic, about the Antarctica region, being all around us, actually claimed by many to be where these Watcher class of fallen angels are said to be still physically active. That's why, like in movies like one of the most recent Supermans, they go to Antarctica, and I might be wrong about that, but I do know in at least one Superman movie, I think it's even the first one, is that's where Superman's like crashed ship is. It's in Antarctica. And we can make a whole video about this. I've actually broken down Superman to be Lucifer as one of the fallen angel Watcher class demons that came to Earth. So here we are, and they've got their houses out on the rim of the severed reality of where man goes to jump out of the school bus and be schooled. And here on the continents. And then here they are on the outer rim, where not only the fallen angel / reptilian class has their housing, but also apparently Mark. I don't know why he would have his housing next to hers. I don't know. There's still so much to decode.
Well, I think it's her watching over him.
Yeah, right.
In this world as well.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Yeah, and they're all blue homes, and they're owned by Lumen.
They're all blue, exactly. So Lumen is pervading. It's multi-dimensional in its domain.
Okay, so I thought this was interesting with the fish in the background. You can see one's blue and one's red, just like the video we were pointing to. Blue blood and red bloods.
Totally. I mean, obviously, yeah, the fish tank being a representation of.
And there's a line right through the middle.
Oh
Like,
my
what fish
God.
tank looks like that?
Hilarious! Wow, like none.
Yeah.
They are very, especially when they're that small. That's a very average fish tank.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have 4 solid pieces of glass for the
It's
front.
funny,
back,
you know, I
and
just
sides.
realized they're angelfish,
Really?
which they fight if they're together. So they have to be split up.
Jeez. Insane.
So they have to be split up, just
It's
like
too
his
much.
Severance.
It's too much. It's too much. Oh my God. Yeah, the division, us and them. Obviously, Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Us and them.
It's just
Same thing.
they do it, and
Okay, so it's sisters bringing them to.
Did you forget?
Their get together.
You remember that time when we were kids and I was just generally a way better sibling than you?
oh, must have slipped my mind
Also, I know.
from work, and I apologize.
Oh, they apologize, thank God.
Pips.
Okay, so this is his brother-in-law.
There's our captive. Hi, Rickon, come on.
Yeah.
Rickon.
Yeah, pause it for a second.
Yeah.
So there didn't seem to be much there initially, but then just a while ago, me and Val were thinking more about how.
It's someone he really, really knows.
Yeah.
Like, this is his brother-in-law, and he's calling him Rick because that's what he knows him as. But apparently Rick has changed his name.
Yeah. So my theory on this is that his legal name is Rick.
Yeah.
And he maybe got to know Mark as Rick. And so Mark keeps calling him that, as many people do. You know, it's hard to call someone by a different name. But then he's like, Rickon, it's Rickon, you know? And I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, Rick has woken up.
Yes.
And he has taken on a new name in Christ that he wishes to go by now exclusively.
Yep.
And the reason why I say, you know, Rick has woken up, Rickon now, is because of what is revealed in his book. And obviously that's not in this episode.
Yeah.
But it's the reason why I'm saying, you know, it's the reason behind this theory.
Mm-hmm.
You, sir, look at peace.
Okay.
Hi, baby.
Hi. You know, what a lot of people overlook, I think, is that life is not food.
Right.
You've got life, this complex quality of sentience and activity, and then you've got food, which is what?
Yes, what is
Fuel. Calories. It's not the same thing.
Yes, that is spot on, Patton.
I definitely agree.
Mm.
Though, if I'm sorry, Mark and my dad used to have whiskey as life carved on flask.
You know what's weird?
On all of it.
Did you notice what their placemats looked like?
Stop signs.
Stop signs. That's what came into. What? That's so weird. And they had a glass of water
Yeah.
on each one,
Yeah.
like exactly.
Yeah.
Someone put those there. They're like, you're all going to have stop water symbolism. In other words, stop contracting with the commercial system?
That's an interesting thought.
Damn.
Because that's kind of like what Rickon's whole philosophy is.
Exactly. So here we are at Rickon's house,
Mm-hmm.
who's trying
Representing
to representing the red man, and so I like how Mark is wearing a red sweater here.
Uh-huh.
And here we've got this stop commerce
Yeah.
symbolism in front of everyone at the table. So is Rickon trying to like wake up his fellow? What would these be, like college friends or something like
Just
that?
colleagues, yeah.
Yeah.
This. The food, the life of it.
Well, I'm not sure. I taught mostly about World War One.
Oh, okay. Well, I got one for you. I
This
was
guy.
just reading this think piece about the comparative levels of violence and warfare throughout history.
Oh, nerd alert.
War porn, I know. But anyway, in it, he said that the people actually called it the Great War. Apparently, it would have been a faux pas to have called it World War One.
Is that right?
Duh.
Yeah, there's those
That would
stop
be to
signs again.
assume that there was World War II.
Yeah.
No
This
one
is so
would have called
strange.
it World War One because World War II hadn't happened yet.
I think it's just showing how stupid his unawakened friends are.
Yes.
But Mark is a Lumen man now.
Right? Really?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Do you design the medicines?
No.
I thought Lumen was more on the tech side of things.
They began in the 1800s.
Really?
Topical salves, right?
What don't they make?
Yeah, I'm in the corporate archives division, so.
Oh, so you know all the dirty secrets.
Really.
Well, Mark's work is sensitive enough as to require the severance procedure.
Just kind of called out there.
Wow.
Oh, God.
No,
Mark,
no,
please
no,
forgive
it's
me,
okay.
Mark.
I
My
don't care.
apologies.
No, I think it's fascinating. I mean, I wish I could do it.
It's me. I do the job.
I just don't grasp the visceral element. What does it feel like?
Well, it's simple. One's memories are bifurcated, so when you're not at work, you have no recollection of what it is you do there. When you're at work, you can't access outside memories.
Point is that Mark made a decision, and that decision was controversial.
Yeah,
Ethically,
those stop
and
signs.
socially,
And the centerpiece is interesting there too.
scientific. Point is that Mark made a decision.
Kind of looks
Oh,
like one of those things you put a penny in and it swirls and swirls and swirls.
yeah, it's a bowl of some kind.
Yeah, but it's just weird.
And then it's at the center.
And that decision was controversial. Ethically and socially.
It's your tour, right?
morally.
Their water is all in the same position on the
Wow.
stop signs.
Say.
Hasn't had a food.
Tonight's atrocity is all.
All right,
waited
what's
till
left?
after
Is there much?
He is fun with.
But
the 3 beds.
Right.
I know it kind
Oh,
of
Rick
fizzles
and
out a
Spelling
little
told us
bit.
that switching out the bed
Oh,
after
this.
the child grows can wound that child.
Irreparably. But if you provide said child with all of its beds upon birth, you allow it to progress across the room at its own rate.
Got it.
Did we have something to say about that? I thought 2 months ago, I thought about,
Yeah, I know. I can't remember what we said about that.
yeah, dang, I don't want to sit here in this video because we're not going to edit this video. I'm not even going to go there. It's too hard. It's too much work.
But yeah, we thought that was interesting. 3 beds.
Oh,
And then
I have an idea about it. It could be that it could align with my 3 strikes and you're out theory, where maybe we get 3 tries through this earth. Again, 3 credits for 25 cents. It's a common thing. You put a 1 quarter in Earth 2000 and you die, you start your next credit, you die again, you start, and you go through 3 lives, 3 credits, credit, commerce, 3 trips through.
Mhm.
So they have 3 beds there. That could be like, you get your 3 goes. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud about 3s and then what he was saying about it is so strange. You give your child all 3 beds and then let them grow from one to the other.
at their own pace.
At their own pace. That could be, hey, a fresh, brand new soul that gets created. You go in your first time, you're in the baby bed. You're just a baby. Hey, I think there's something here. I'm not going to try to pull out a more meaty theory on this, but there's something there.
Yeah, we'll think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is a man that he sees outside.
Right.
So,
Petey.
yep, and that's Petey.
Oh.
Which he has no idea.
Oh. I pause it. Okay, so I do have to go here now. Petey as being Peter.
Yeah.
In the Bible. What was his first name? Simon? Something like that?
Yep.
So
He was fishing on the boat.
this is a big reveal here, okay? So maybe I have it up.
Well, you have to go back to all the names of the people in the office.
Well,
So
we
we're
can
gonna-
save some of those names for later.
Okay.
Okay, but
So we're
let's
just
just
talking
get
about
let's
Peter's
just
name.
yeah, because we see Petey here now. And he's out. And I think that's like something like Jesus what is this in Matthew 4 talking about how he's going to make Peter a fisher of men. Yeah, we can go to my computer here. I mean, I won't read it all. It'd be Simon Peter, brother, casting a net. Yeah. He saw these two casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And he said unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. So that's what I am theorizing that Petey represents.
Peter, the first one, the first disciple of Christ.
Yeah.
That started off as a fisherman.
Yeah.
In the sea of commerce.
Yep.
And then Christ pulled him away from that and made him a fisher of men.
Yep. So now what do we see?
So he
Petey
separated himself. He destroyed his severance thing that they put in your brain in this show.
Yeah. That's huge.
Leaving the commercial system.
Yep.
And now he's going to go fish for his friend. That was
Yep.
apparently Mark's best friend.
And I think that's interesting how he says, Petey says, I'm your best friend.
Yep.
But you're my very good friend.
Yep. Which we.
I think that's in the restaurant scene.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's in this one.
Is it?
Maybe. There's so much in episode 1.
Yeah.
I think the other episodes have like far less in terms of like big reveals, big truth drops, but this one is huge.
Okay, it is
Yeah,
in this
there it is.
episode, so
So anyway, in short, Petey is Peter. He is now broken free of the system of commerce. You know, the on his boat. He's left the boat. In fact, it says here, and it refers to the other James and John, his brother. They were in a ship with Zebedee, their father, mending their nets. Mending their nets, just going to work 9 to 5 for their on behalf of their persons. But then Jesus called them. Many are called. And they immediately left the ship and their father and followed him.
yeah. So look at it, this representation in this show of a ship, a submarine. And Petey left it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a really good.
This is actually the breakdown. We're not making this up. This is 100% what's going on here.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's fun to see it.
Yeah.
And that's why we're making this video and spending so much time and effort on this. Is when you see this, and your eyes are opened to the fact that
they're just telling you.
They're telling you, just
over
like
and over and over again.
just
with
like
so many other shows.
What's her name in the show? The manager lady, Mrs. Selvig or whatever. Selvig.
Yeah.
She's always just telling them the truth out in the open.
Yep.
Same thing is going on here.
Yeah.
In Earth 2000.
And keeping an eye on him as well.
Yeah. So he's now fishing. He's now playing the Morpheus, trying to fish out Neo.
Yes.
Because he sees him as a fellow, someone who's going to continue to spread the truth and get more. Spreading the.
Because you'll see in a second through their conversation, Mark, I think, was also kind of against some of the stuff that was going on in the office. They were kind of on the same page heading into that. So let's.
Exactly. And that's why he's trying to get him out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's being contacted by
Recycling was
boss lady, but really his neighbor. in this.
Tonight's garbage, and you keep putting.
Yeah.
No, by myself.
She's so nosy.
Pips, bar and grill. Excuse me.
Here.
Hang up. Quickly.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Sullivan. They've cooked the food and it's here.
They've cooked the food.
Hi, kids. What's for dinner?
The joke in the office, but
Sorry.
Mark's side, this side of him doesn't get it.
Are you following me?
The voice is different here. Worse.
Okay, who the fuck are you?
Petey. My name's Petey. I'm from work.
Well, that's not plausible. Everyone in my department is
Severed. I was.
I thought he said that's not possible.
Okay, well, severance is pretty
Didn't he?
permanent.
He just said that's not plausible.
Oh.
It wasn't easy. I had help.
Okay, we just got a Mandela effect. Hello.
Yeah.
I thought he said that's not possible.
So, what, you were unhappy at work, and instead of lodging a complaint, you...
No. I tried that first.
See, so did you.
Wait, what about it?
He says, so did you. You complained.
Oh.
He lodged a complaint, and I guess Mark as well.
Okay.
With Petey.
Okay.
So they were kind of conspiring together in the workspace.
Yep.
But I guess Mark doesn't remember anymore. It's weird.
Well, he wouldn't hear.
No, I know, but even when he's at work, it doesn't
He
seem
just
like
doesn't
he's
talk about it.
complaining.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, wait, pause it. I mean, if he now notices that all of a sudden his friend Petey's not there, and they collectively had an inkling that there's some evil stuff going on,
Yeah.
and they file this complaint, now it's like, ooh, if I push it any further, they're going to make me disappear too.
Oh, true.
So maybe he's kind of like putting his head in the sand now.
Yeah, you're right. He kind of does. Anytime he brings up Petey,
It goes quiet.
and any type
Yeah.
of emotional response to him, they kind of hush him up.
Yeah.
And he knows to hush up. It's almost like, oh,
And when Milchek comes around,
can
yeah.
be really mean.
Yeah.
He seems nice, is what he
Like-
tells Helly, but that might be in the next
Like,
episode.
yeah, like, don't make me not keep this veneer of fakeness up. Like,
Yeah.
because I don't want to be PD'd,
Yeah.
So,
is how he sees it, maybe. Yeah.
unsevered, and now you... What, think they're after you or something?
Yeah. They being Grainer. Who's probably out here right now.
Grainer, okay. Is that, like a person you know? Or...
We both know him. We don't like him.
And we'll see him later on, too. He's like this super evil guy of Lumen.
Grainer, isn't that interesting, his name, right? I just realized his name is Grainer. The other guy's Milchek.
Yeah.
This is totally representing something
Like a
like the
farm?
Earth Farm.
Yeah.
Like here we are in the plantation.
Yeah.
And you got this kind of sheepdog, that kind of sheepdog.
Oh, and then the sheep later on. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. There's so much to catch. We could probably watch this just.
Well, even then, Helly's first question is, am I livestock?
Yep.
You know?
Am I livestock? Yep.
And she didn't even know anything.
Yep. She. It's because your soul knows everything,
Yeah.
even if it can't be transformed into the language that you know.
Yeah.
You know.
And she definitely has way more discernment,
Yeah.
in a sense, than a lot of the other workers. And we'll kind of
Well, and I think
touch that even closer later.
She's a female.
Yeah.
And also that gets into the big reveal that we don't want to blow
Yeah,
right now.
Down there is what they say.
So he's warning him
If
that.
something happens to me, the things I know need to stay known.
I like how he puts that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd prefer it be by a friend.
We're friends?
So, we're friends?
I'm your best friend.
I just like how he puts this.
You're my very good friend.
Yeah, I like that. Because he's wanting more friends.
Yeah,
You
because he's
know?
out fishing.
Yes.
Exactly.
He doesn't just want one.
Yeah.
He doesn't want just one.
Yeah. He's out fishing
He
for men.
wants to wake up everyone.
Mark is right now the fish.
Yeah.
He needs to have one best friend, the one he's seeking after, the one that's his Morpheus.
Yeah. Mentor.
He needs to be addicted to Morpheus like Neo was.
Yep. Okay,
To get
so-
out. To get out.
Mark, sorry about the card. I had to grab something and I know it's not appropriate. Though I'm sure you'd be a really fucking awesome Neo.
I love
I wonder
the random humor
what
in
kind
the
of
show.
men we were on the outside. What choices we had made and why. I used to think it would take a monster to put someone in a place like that office. Especially if the person
Earth.
was himself.
Earth 2000.
But we're not monsters, Mark. Not real ones.
Mm.
Well, in a sense, we kind of put ourselves in this position
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Somehow the composition of man was such that we were motivated to push the limits all the way to harming ourselves. Apparently, yeah.
Well, we sinned in the garden is what I was
Well,
getting to, and
yeah,
then that's
obviously.
mankind, and then
Yeah.
we're in this position.
Yeah. By pushing the limits and
But we have a choice to live out this in a good way, kind of like they referenced.
by
We don't have to be a part of it.
Yep.
We have a choice. We
Yep.
can or don't have to consent.
Yep.
What's going on down there? I won't force it.
And if you
And you can't force it because you have to comply even to, knowledge and knowing good. You have to comply to that too.
Right.
But if you do, there's an address on the back of this card.
Okay, so.
Mrs. Selvig.
Oh, will you color me embarrassed for the mix-up with the bins?
Oh, no, it's no problem.
I think this is where we actually learn that his neighbor is his boss.
Fine.
And that she's really just
Oh.
like a spy, kind of.
Right. We just see her for the first time here, right?
Mhm.
She's been on the phone. You know what's funny? She says, my mother was a Catholic.
And when she's in the Lumen, she says, my mother's an atheist.
Right.
Yeah, she's playing two sides. She's playing whatever game he feels more comfortable with.
Yep. So Lucifer has become a being of light. So whatever we need to be shown
Yeah.
to deceive us,
Yes.
that's her.
That's a good point.
That's
yeah.
her. Yeah.
Give him ample time tonight.
And I think this is kind of really towards the end, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there we go.
Yeah.
How long has this been going? An hour 53.
Oh man, we knew it was gonna be a long one.
Yeah. And we're gonna do this all the way through every episode because when this show was coming out on a weekly basis, every time it was like a Friday,
Yeah, we talked about it the day after every time there was something new.
Yeah. We'd come into the living room and be like, just looking at each other like, damn, that just happened. Like,
Yeah.
there's so much. So we're going to be like reliving that.
We'll maybe do it a little faster.
Yeah. It's not going to be 2 hours per episode, but just as with most shows, I think this was even a double. This was a double. Episode 1 for them was like twice as long. That was like a legit hour and a half of something like that. The video is long. So the next one, not so long. And obviously then there's less
backstory of what we're kind of talking about as well.
Yeah, because we were just laying the foundation here, and and we're gonna be continuing on the theme. It's gonna be just a whole bunch more red and blue, us and them.
Yes.
Commerce, consent, control.
Natural law versus maritime law.
Yep.
Separating from your person.
Yep.
Just a whole lot of stuff.
Yep. Cool. All right.
Right. See you
That's
next
the end.
time.
That's the end of our first video ever.
Yes.
Okay. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.